All right, hi guys. Today we're going to talk about how a supposed climate physics heuristic proves that the people who support this stuff are actively, purposefully, knowingly lying to you. They're lying to you. Okay, let's get into it. So I was in a debate with a physicist recently, and I was demonstrating that these diagrams are throughout the peer-reviewed literature. And here in this case, you can actually see this is at the University of Chicago. This is a online video lecture in undergraduate physics. So this is in actual physics classrooms being taught. And you can see all these other references. These are from textbooks. These are from websites. These are all over the place. These are ubiquitous. And as I've said before in previous videos, these form the basis of climate physics. Now just look, for example, at this picture here. This fellow teaching this, I looked up who this guy is. He's a geophysicist at the University of Chicago. A geophysicist. So a geophysicist, that's the field of plate tectonics, tectonic shift, earthquakes, volcanoes, all that sort of fun stuff, right? So, and where obviously knowledge of the Earth being a sphere is obviously, fundamental and implicit. Here he is standing in front of a flat Earth that he just drew on the chalkboard, and he's showing this to physics students, geophysics students, telling them that this is the way that the Earth works because this is the way that the Earth looks. That's what he's doing. It's incredible, right? So I was in this debate with a physicist, and he was saying that, oh, well, spreading the sunlight over the entire surface of the Earth at once is just a mathematical thing that we do to create an average. It's just creating an average. And so I just simply make the point, because this is an argument, a rebuttal I get all the time. So I make the point. Is sunshine spread over the entire surface area of the Earth at once, as if the Earth is a flat plane, a reasonable average of the Earth? Is that the average of the Earth? Is the average of the Earth that it's flat? Is the average of the Earth that it receives sunlight at once over the entire surface area at once? That's not the average of the Earth, is it? That makes no sense. So when they get pinned into this position, and I've encountered this secondary backup argument that they then go to, and it proves something about these people. It proves something that I'll get into. Then they go and they say, oh, well, this diagram is only a heuristic used to show the public. It's not the real thing. It's only a heuristic. Well, okay, let's go with that. So it's a heuristic of what? What is it a heuristic of? It's a heuristic of a flat line representing the whole Earth. It's a heuristic of flat Earth physics, isn't it? So that argument doesn't actually help you, does it? It's a heuristic of flat Earth physics with sunshine spread over the entire surface area of the Earth at once. That doesn't make sense. That's not a reasonable heuristic. And here's the thing. This diagram is taught in physics classrooms. It's in physics textbooks. There is no indication. There's no note in those textbooks or in these classrooms that this is only the heuristic and it's not the real thing. That argument would never work. That argument would never work, because if you actually did say that, oh, this is only heuristic, it's not actually the real thing. This heuristic is of a flat Earth with sunshine spread over the entire surface area of the Earth at once, and this isn't the real thing, but we're going to show it to you anyway. Well, then what would people say to that immediately? People would say, well, show me the real thing. Well, show me the real thing then, right? That's what people would say. Well, the truth is, this is the real thing. It is the only thing. The reason, like, if we're supposed to implicitly understand that this is only heuristic, and this is in physics textbooks, then what else in the physics textbook is only heuristic? I found these diagrams in physics textbooks which talk about the laws of thermodynamics and Newton's laws, and they show diagrams and free body diagrams of how to work with Newton's laws and thermodynamics and stuff. So are those things only heuristics? How are we supposed to know what's only a fake heuristic that doesn't actually represent reality and isn't actually real? You see the argument that these people are using? What does it prove? The ridiculousness of when you're forced into admitting, yeah, you know what, that doesn't make sense. It really is a flat line. It really is spreading the sunlight over the entire surface area of the Earth at once. And then they say, oh no, it's only heuristic. When that argument makes no sense whatsoever, what does it prove? it proves, listen to me carefully, because I am dead serious. It proves that these people are actively, purposefully, knowingly lying to you. They are actively engaged in the fraud of spreading this flat earth idea to the public. That's what it proves. Because you cannot rationally, honestly, as an honest person, be forced into admitting, yes, this is a flat line, and yes, it is spreading the sunshine over the entire surface area of the earth at once, and yes, that doesn't make sense, and then say, no, but it still does make sense, and it's still okay, because it's just a fake heuristic that we use to teach the public. Well, why are you teaching the public fake things then? And where's the real thing then? And you know what? I've done my due diligence. I've went and I've looked. There is no other real thing. This is the real thing. That's why it's in textbooks. That's why it's taught in physics classrooms by this fellow right here and many others. This is the real thing. This is the basis of climate physics, and they call it their greenhouse effect, where the atmosphere provides twice the heat to the earth than the sun does. That's their greenhouse effect, which isn't how a real greenhouse actually even functions. They just stole that name of a greenhouse building, because we all know that greenhouse buildings get warm. So they stole that name and applied it to their fake physics, where the atmosphere provides twice the heat to the earth than the sun does, right? So for a person to say, oh, this is only a fake heuristic, although we never have told you that it's a fake heuristic, and no textbooks actually say that, and actually the argument doesn't work because it defeats itself. What does it prove? It proves that all of these physicists, your average, typical, random physicist that believes in anthropogenic global warming based on the greenhouse effect, they are actively, knowingly, purposefully engaging in deception and fraud, and purposefully, knowingly lying to you because they think that you're idiots. And they got some other stupid agenda that they're trying to do. I don't know why they want people to believe in flat earth physics. Is it good? Obviously, their agenda does not have good ends, because to me, in my world, good ends involve truth. Good ends involve teaching people the truth, not teaching them fake supposed heuristics when it's actually the real thing, you know. It proves that these people are up to nefarious ends, and they are knowingly, purposefully engaging in deception, and they come up with alternative arguments to maintain their deception, right? It's proven. You know what? I'm going to publish this transcript that I've had of this debate with a physicist, just so you guys can see. You guys are really going to be flabbergasted at the conceit, at the arrogance, at the rudeness, and at the crass level of unintelligence of these people, of your average typical physicist. They are lying to you, and they damned well know it. And they will go to whatever ends they need to defend their lies that they're engaged in. Okay? This is no heuristic. This is the real thing. Even if it was a heuristic, why are you teaching us a fake heuristic that has nothing to do with reality? And where's the real thing? And why does this fake thing appear in physics textbooks alongside the laws of thermodynamics and Newton's laws? And how come there's no note as to what is fake in this textbook and what is real in this textbook? It's such a ridiculous argument and exposes them as liars. And I've had this argument. I get it brought up to me all the time. You know, it's weird. The really creepy, weird thing about this is that you can select a random node of this whatever, this edifice, this scientific, academic, worldwide scientific machine. You can select a random node in it in the form of a person with a PhD in geophysics or physics or astrophysics even, or something like that. And they come up with the exact same argument strategies, exact same fallback positions, exact same sophistry, exact same attempts, exact same wording, exact same phrasing. This idea of it's only heuristic argument, I've encountered that so many different times, spread across all over the world from so many different people. It's almost as if these people are linked in to some sort of like program or something, or radio frequency or something that jacks into them when they're confronted with this and tells them what to say, and tells them, here, this is how you try and get out of being exposed. This is how you try and get out of this argument, you know, or this is how you try and win the argument. It's creepy because it was a randomly selected physicist and they come up with the exact same arguments that are patently and obviously false and make no sense whatsoever. So anyway, rant for this morning, and make it big for a sec so you can see me. Hope you guys have a nice day. I'm going to the farmer's market today, later, after I finish some work. So take care.